A drug bust by U.S. Coast Guards is grabbing international attention. In a dramatic video released by the U.S. Coast Guards, a crew member is seen pursuing and raiding a moving submarine filled with $232 million of cocaine. The body cam footage captures the dramatic high-speed chase by U.S. Coast Guard cutter called Monroe, which is seen stopping a submarine suspected of smuggling drugs.
It's going to be hard to get on. Alto Tupaco!
The guard is then seen boarding the submarine and ordering those inside to open the hatch. The crew of the Monroe have offloaded more than 39,000 pounds of cocaine and around 933 pounds of marijuana, worth a combined estimated $569 million US. These were in 14 separate incidents of suspected drug smuggling off the coast of Mexico. And US President Donald Trump was also seen tweeting about the seize, applauding the bravery of the Coast Guard. The seize happened in the international waters in the eastern Pacific Ocean. The recent raid was one of the many that have occurred recently in the region. Also, the United Nations Human Rights Council has decided to launch an investigation in the drug war killings of Philippines. The investigation will now look into the thousands of killings in Philippines. President Rodrigo Duterte's so-called war on drugs. Activists believe that this step was long overdue. Duterte's government has said that around 6,600 people were killed by police in shootouts. However, activists claim that the actual figure is somewhere around 27,000. The resolution, passed by a very narrow margin, will now report on the extrajudicial killings, arbitrary arrests and enforced disappearances. The Philippines has strongly opposed the resolution, calling it a travesty. The latest UN resolution raised by Iceland secured the backing of 18 states in the 47-member council. 14 nations opposed it, including China, and 15 countries abstained. The resolution will allow the United Nations Human Rights Chief, Michelle Bachelet, examine the evidence of thousands of deaths at the hands of the police and so-called death squad. Interestingly, the crackdown against international drug cartels has been intensifying. Few days ago, bricks of cocaine worth millions of dollars were found floating near the Philippines coast. Police in the Philippines had suspected the drugs were bound for Australia, where there is a strong demand for cocaine. But there are no definitive answers as yet. Here's a report.
A family having a picnic near a beach in Quezon spotted 7 objects floating near the shore. Wrapped with tape, the packages turned out to be bricks of cocaine. Police in the region estimated the street value of the cocaine to be around $682,000. This isn't the first time such an incident has occurred. Over the last few months, bricks of cocaine worth millions of dollars have been washing up on the coast of the Philippines. In February this year, cocaine bricks estimated at 472 million pesos were found along the shores of 4 provinces in the Philippines. In the month of May, fishermen chanced upon 39 bricks of cocaine when they were fishing in the waters off Sorsogon province. In a country where there is a brutal crackdown on drugs, the mysterious appearance of cocaine bricks has certainly raised a lot of questions. While there are no definitive answers, experts have come up with some plausible explanations. It's believed that the drugs were bound for Australia, where there is a strong demand for cocaine and could have been displaced during shipment. The smugglers sometimes submerged drug packages underwater with a net and anchor for pickup, but packages can sometimes break free. Experts also believe that the drugs could be a part of a shipment lost by smugglers during a handover. The smugglers also tend to throw the packages overboard in case they're chased by the police. The Philippines Drug Enforcement Authority believes that the floating cocaine could also be a diversionary tactic used by smugglers. Cocaine is not a drug of choice in Philippines compared to crystal meth known as shabu in the region. And the drug enforcement officials believe that while they are focused on operations to retrieve the floating cocaine, the smugglers are using the opportunity to smuggle crystal meth. Crystal meth has been the focus of President Rodrigo Duterte's brutal war on drugs in the Philippines, under which thousands of drug dealers have been killed both by the police and vigilantes. While the police are taking all the aspects into consideration, the link to Australia is on the top of the list. Cocaine has a huge market in Australia. In September last year, 500 kilograms of cocaine worth $300 million was recovered by the police in the Solomon Islands. It was believed that the drugs were headed for Australia, but were dumped in the sea by dealers to evade police pursuit. And they think the latest discovery of the floating bricks of cocaine was also a part of a shipment headed for Australia. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.